Hello,
everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Yosef and Steven podcast.
The P-cast. I like to say P-cast.
P-cast?
The P-cast.
The Yosef and Steven P-cast.
the pecan.
But welcome back. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. It feels like it's been a long while, doesn't it?
I know. Even though it's been only like a week.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.
It feels like a long time.
Yeah, this
honestly.
week just like felt long.
School is
Longer
happening.
than because school started like officially fully like.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is just moving fast
Yeah.
now. So it's just like it feels like it's dragging out more.
Yeah, the weeks feel
You know what I
longer,
mean?
Classes all day, some of the days, and then
Yeah.
it really makes the
so-
days feel longer.
For real.
Yeah.
Like literally just feel like you've been up for hours and hours.
You're telling
Even though
me,
you
especially
haven't.
when you wake up for class in the morning and you're not
Bro,
sleeping
the
in all
9
day.
a.m.s would be hitting different, bro. I don't have any 8 a.m.s, so I'm
Me
good.
neither.
But like them 9 a.m.s still would be just like.
That's tough. I don't even have
It
9
is.
a.m.s. My earliest is 9:30. The rest
Are
are
you
10.
serious?
I only have 9:30 once, but 9 a.m. I understand that, and it doesn't sound that early, but I don't know, something about it. It really
I
is.
mean, there's some people who wake up at 6 too, but
Yeah.
so I can't even complain. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Their day's early. Their day's
I
long.
know.
They go
I
to
don't
bed
know.
early though. You got it. If you're waking
Yeah,
up
like
that
if
early,
you go to bed early, you deserve to wake up early.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You deserve to wake up early. If you go to bed late, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve those
Yeah, you don't
hours.
deserve to sleep in. How's everything?
It's been
How's classes?
Classes are good. I'm honestly enjoying them so far, and yeah, we're making it through it. Things are crazy just because it's like
Yeah, you don't seem as excited. You're like, it's good.
no. This past week was like a lot, just
Why?
for a
What
number
happened?
of reasons. Well, like, I'll tell you my story. We'll start off with that.
Okay, tell me a story.
So I had this experience, and I want to tell about it. So
we are on a podcast.
we are right. That's exactly what this is for. There's no other reason. So I'm doing classes. I have class every day of the week, Monday through Friday, which is good. Tuesdays are like super long. I have class from like 10 to 5:20, 3-hour classes. It's crazy, and it's honestly been fine. I've been doing my thing, but before the semester started, I got a job with Campus Life. Really simple job where we take videos of ourselves. We make like 10-minute videos of us doing something, like sharing a hobby or something like that, a how-to video, and we'll get paid to do that. And then they'll post it on their, they'll post these videos on their Instagram account, the Campus Life.
Yeah.
They emailed me and a bunch of other people because we're like we were RAs or we were Campus Life people.
Right.
So they knew we were like down to do stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll do this. So I said that one of the things that I would do, the first video I will make, which it was due this last week, it was due on Thursday. It was a how to knit video.
Knit?
Yeah, I was gonna do how to knit a hat or how to knit a scarf.
What does Steven think to do?
Because I this past last semester I learned how to knit. I was at my grandma's house and I learned. So I said, yeah, I can do that, easy peasy. I'll knit a hat. I'll knit a scarf or something for this. So. Usual me, I waited not to the last minute. I started on Sunday night, the week before, like Sunday night, and then it was due on Thursday. But very quickly, I realized how much work I was really gonna have to put into it, and I was okay to do it. I was like, I got this. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do this.
I've knitted before.
Yeah, I've knitted before, and it was fine. I started on Sunday night, got my initial filmings down. And I was like using a ring light that I just got and like another tripod that I had. And it was working. I was like setting up the thing. But then like classes started Monday, Tuesday. I was busy, not really doing much. I knitted for like 3 hours straight on Tuesday. And I only did, it was a tiny and minuscule amount. I decided I was going to do a scarf because a hat would take way too long. And I would need more, I'd need like 2 weeks to do it. And I only had like 4 or 5 days to knit a whole thing and film a how-to
Why'd
and
you
edit.
wait that long?
I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I didn't, when you wait that long, you don't even think about it. And then you're like, ooh, here I am. So I was like, I'll knit this scarf. But then I knitted for 3 hours straight, and I only knitted like a couple inches.
A little block.
Yeah, a little square rectangle thing. And I was like, oh boy. And I had already filmed like the beginning part, how to start your knitting, how to do this, how to do that. I didn't voice it yet. I did my voiceover at the end, which was fine, but I did that, and I knew I was going to have to do all this other stuff. My sister was like, you should film a montage of you knitting in different spots and like different positions and stuff. So I did that. This is where the story really begins. I was doing
Bro,
this was like,
give me a whole synopsis of
bro, that was like the intro. I mean, no, the story started. The story started, but this is what
story started. This is where the story started.
This is I needed that to get into it,
Okay.
So I
Alright.
I don't remember what day it was. I think it was Wednesday. Due the next day. Wednesday, I was like, okay, time to knit a little more. I'm gonna film a bunch of stuff today. So in the evening, this is the evening, I start filming. It was like 5 p.m. I start filming my montage. So I go in my sister's room and I film myself knitting on Zoom and like recording that. I go outside and I film myself knitting outside, and I film myself on the porch and film myself on the floor and knitting in front of a wall and on the couch and another couch and move positions. And then it was taking a while. Each time I would set up the tripod, set up the ring light, plug in the ring light, get it all set up. It's really clunky working with those things because you gotta like angle it, get my phone, delete the video, nope, do it again. Still, and then I'm knitting, carrying this bag with my knitting materials, which is clunky to carry too. These needles that are connected to a ball of yarn. It was like, oh my gosh. And I started to get a little frustrated because I also had to do another thing, like this homework assignment. I had to do this homework assignment, like start memorizing this thing and a number of things on top of this video that was due the next day. And I hadn't even started editing it or anything. And I was like, oh my gosh. Started getting a little stressed out. Starting to get a little frustrated.
Right.
Because I'm carrying this thing around. And then I was like, why didn't I film myself knitting in different positions on the couch? I only filmed myself for like a minute in one position when I could have moved positions and had a bunch of different things. And I was like, oh, that was so dumb of me. Why didn't I film in different positions outside? I only stood in one spot. And then I was like, that's it. When I could have moved closer, moved farther, like cut it. Had it like different spots. Didn't do any of that. And I was like, oh. And so I was going back. It was too dark to do it outside anymore, so I was done. I was going back to places I'd already gone, resetting it up, and I was like, oh. Knowing that I had to then film the end, because there's a whole end process to knitting.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to doing that, and I'm downstairs setting it up at the original spot where it started on Sunday night. It's getting late. I haven't even started my other stuff to do that night, and I was like,
You're still knitting.
Still knitting. Yeah, knitting on top of
Sweating.
Only I have a square. Also, my square looked so like weird and terrible. It was like you've seen the hat that I made. I made this hat.
That joint was OC. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. Like
it was a good hat.
It came out really great. The patterning and patterns, whatever, like different colors, and some parts I messed up, but that was okay. This square, it's literally just a square of just knitting. Like I'm not even doing any other technique. I'm just knitting, and it was like all weird looking. Oh my gosh. So I get to this end part where you have to end it. You like start doing a different sort of technique to remove the stitches from the needle.
But did you like finish the whole scarf type thing?
No, I had except.
So you just
I just did a square.
Show that little square.
Yep, I just did a square, which is honest. It was okay for me to do that because when you start learning how to knit, a lot of times they tell you just start with a square, just knit a square. So it makes sense that I do this. Again, that's another thing, adding to my little annoyance at myself that I couldn't do a whole scarf. All I did was a square.
Video.
You'll see the video. In the end, it's all good. But before that, I'm ending this square, and I mess up, and a bunch of the stitches come off the needle. And if that happens, it's like, because it's really hard to get it back in. It could mess up a ton of stuff. And I'm like filming it. I just restart. Take the video, restart, and I was like doing it, and it happened again, and I was like, getting really frustrated, and then fixed it, and then I did it again, going, and then it happened again. And I sat there and I got so angry that I took my hands and I got so in a fury, I ripped my square.
No way. Ripped the square.
I ripped it apart. It didn't rip all the way apart, but it like stretched a bunch of it and like totally came apart. And I just threw it down and I was like, like, oh my gosh. Like, you know when you get so angry?
Yeah, that joke was waiting to come out, bro.
Yeah, it was like
that
boiling.
Anger was crippling.
It was boiling in me. And then, yeah, I ripped it. And then I threw it down and I just looked down at myself. I was like, oh my gosh. I realized I have not gotten that upset about something or that frustrated in months. Maybe like a year. I have not felt that way. To the point of destruction.
It was waiting to come out. You know, it was just like perfect moment.
Yeah. And I've been like on top of something I've been doing is like watching how I react to things and watching my thoughts and how I feel.
Right.
And like keeping check on that and noticing. So I was like really aware that I exploded in fury right there. And I then, got my breath, continued, finished it, and I was like, okay, I fixed it. And there's a big hole there now. There's a hole where that spot was, and I went past it. So now there's a hole. I end up, flash forward, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to fix this. I'm going to end this. I edit the video, I do my voiceover. It was fun doing it. And then at the very end, I watched the video that I finished, and it was really great. Despite my fury, it turned out really great. And I was like,
good.
Wow, I was so upset earlier, and look at what came out. This like, I was really proud of it. I was like, my voiceover was good, and the montage turned out really great. Like, it was funny, everything lined up, and I was like, thinking the moral of all this, like the thing that I wanted to share was that, I got so frustrated, and I was getting so frustrated during it, but because I didn't know what was gonna how it was going to turn out.
Yeah, what's going to happen.
And I feel like that's so true of so many things.
Like the process that,
the process.
Yeah.
You're like in the darkness almost. Like you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel until you're out of the tunnel. And then you're like, oh, that's what that was all about. That's why that's why I had to push through
That's
this.
why it's worth it like that.
Yeah. And that was what I wanted to share. That this, sometimes.
No, I like that.
You might get really freaking angry at something, bro. I haven't gotten angry like that in a long time. I used to get upset. Maybe
I can't believe a
at
scarf
school.
really took
I know.
it out of you.
A scarf. I used to be like that. In high school, I didn't know how to control myself, and I would get so angry at like homework or something. I would break my homework.
When you ripped the apple,
bro. I would like break something. I would like throw a pencil at the wall or rip an apple in half. Like. That sounds crazy. I ripped an apple.
I know, he literally ripped an apple in half. Like, on some Hulk shit.
But like, I would do stuff like that. I remember I'd have a mechanical pencil. This happened so many times. I would get so angry in my room about something. I don't know. Take a pencil and I'd throw it at the wall as hard as I could, and it would explode. All these little plastic pieces would shatter. And then I'd be like, oh. Glad I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done.
That's too much.
I know. I couldn't control myself. I was so angry. And so this was kind of like a flashback, like, because that hasn't happened in years. I haven't done that at school really, like at college. I mean, and so for something like this to happen, I was like, whoa.
And a scarf is what took it out of you.
Yeah, like a simple little video I'm making. Like it should be fun.
Yeah.
And it was fun. So you don't know what it's gonna turn out. You don't know how it's gonna turn out.
That's funny.
But it'll turn out okay. And you'll see the video if you go to UArts Campus Life, whatever that account is. It'll be up there like next week or soon. And you'll see it.
That's crazy.
And I'm proud of it. So, and you'll see a hole. I make a joke about it. I'm like, don't mind this hole here. Sometimes you make little mistakes, but you just push it. Little do they know, it was in a furious rage that I ripped my knitting project. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
bro.
So that's that. My stress.
Guess what happened? This week for me was like, in the middle of the week, I got a phone call.
Yeah. Okay. Phone call.
From the last episode, if you haven't seen it, people.
Right.
There was a guy that was texting me about like this company thing.
What was his name? Mark? No, you were Mark.
I was Joe. No, I was Joe.
You were Joe. You got a random text from a guy.
And we were trying to find Frank.
Yes.
And so,
you were mistakenly texted by someone.
I know.
And he called you.
Yeah, for people not listening, they like it was a wrong number. Like I got a text from a wrong number, and I just went with it. and and so when I got the phone call, I didn't know who the number was, so I just picked up. Mm-hmm. So like just random number. You know?
You're like
just
okay.
a random number. I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
Unless it says a scam likely or something, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
So I was like,
yo.
yeah, I was like, what's up? And then he was like, oh, this is he said his name, and he was like from GDIT, and then I was like, GDIT, what is that? And then I remember what GDIT was. Oh, and I was like, yo, I gotta take a second to just breathe. But I put myself on mute, and I was like, yo, whoa, these GDIT, okay. So what did we do? Okay, I was like, hey, so what's up?
Oh my gosh.
Did you get a hold of Frank?
No way.
And he was like, oh, no, I didn't. And he never got in contact with me. And I was just hoping that since you got in contact with him, that you would give me his number.
Ooh.
At that point, I'm set, bro. I'm like, what do I do? There was a person, my friend was next to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, bet I'll give him his number to them.
Yeah.
And then I gave him his number, and then he was like, he called it, he literally called him right after hanging up on me.
Dang.
And my friend...
He needed Frank.
Yeah, he really needed Frank. And Frank was like, well, my friend was like... we have to, I'm gonna have to check on my schedule and stuff. I'm in New York, so...
Dang, you got your friend in on this too? Oh
I know.
God.
He was like, I'm in New York, so I'm gonna have to check.
Literally in Richmond, Virginia.
I know. I'm gonna have to check my schedule and come back. And he was like, all right, just let me know. And bro, I felt bad, bro.
Oh, you should feel bad.
Next time if there's a text and stuff, I'm probably gonna be like, yo, it was just some guys. We were just playing around. I'm sorry. You texted the wrong number.
You have been totally... What is it? Is that... Would you say this... Is this like a catfish or something? No.
Probably.
That's different. That's when you go in first. You would have to go in first. This is just, you took advantage of the fun situation.
That's the wrong number.
Maybe you could be friends.
I'll let him know.
Maybe you could be friends with him. Does he sound like a cool dude?
No, it was an older gentleman.
Oh no, an older gentleman.
Yeah, it's from Florida. An older gentleman. He's probably in his 50s, 60s.
Okay. Dang.
So I felt bad. I was like, dang, he's really actually going through it right now.
When you take something too far, you're like, it was fun, but that was too far.
Yeah,
you think it's gone too far?
Damn.
I don't think it's gone too far.
I haven't gone too far, but it was just it's gone far enough.
It's gone far enough. This has gone far enough. Let's end while we're ahead.
Yeah, if it goes further, then they're trying to get in contact with Frank, so Frank is gonna have to come.
Yeah.
Then I might have to be like, yo, I'm trying to get a flight ticket.
Can you spot?
Then they should send money, but that's the whole thing. Yeah, don't scheme, people. Don't do
please, I've been using Venmo lately, Mr. Joe. Can you please?
Yeah, and I need a plane ticket. So
that would be devious.
That would
be extremely devious.
I know. Don't finesse people.
Well, hopefully Frank gets in touch with Frank.
Hopefully he realizes that, oh, I'm actually texting the wrong number.
Yeah, I wonder if he's thought that.
Maybe.
Or maybe when he heard your voice, you sound young. Or do you think you sound young? I would imagine you sound like a young dude.
I don't know. Over the phone, I don't know what I sound like, bro. To other people?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't think...
Not really.
You don't know at all?
And I hear my own voice, I guess.
Bro,
I know what I sound like.
I was just talking about that with my mom because she was saying that hearing your own. She was like, I can't stand hearing my own voice, like the recording sound of it. And
Why?
I remember.
I know people say that. I don't mind it
it's
at all.
because I mean, we've gotten used to it. We've heard our voices.
Yeah, you
kind of
get used to it over time.
But
yeah,
remember in theater class in high school, we did the monologue unit where we self-taped monologues, and then Mr. DeLeo played them for the class.
Oh,
bro, that was torturous. That was a torturous experience. I remember like writhing in pain watching it. I was like, turn it off. My voice is so gross. Because the sound of your own voice is I feel like a lot of people say it's like horrible to hear it because we sound differently apparently. Like the way we think we sound differently because we hear ourselves in our own heads. Like the sound of us, like echoing.
We sound better than we actually do.
I never realized that I think I have a really nasally voice. Like, this is when I hear my voice, this is what it sounds like. Oh my gosh. But to people, they're like, no, this is what you sound like. But to me, it's like, hello, I'm Steven. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I've gotten used to it. I don't mind. I recognize that it's a little nasally.
Wanky.
Wanky.
But I hear what you mean. Because like in the beginning, when you edit your own video, especially, you have to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you just got to get over it.
Yeah, you just got to be like, whatever, just get through it.
Yeah.
And then kind of over time, you just kind of get to know your own voice.
Yeah. Get to learn to love your own voice, you know? The sweet sound of that milky...
Don't finish that sentence.
I want it. A sound can be milky, a milky sound.
But
milky.
Bro, everything is moving fast. This week, people, I know we haven't given you a lot, but it's been moving very hectic.
It has. I've got some work to do. I got to go film a self-tape now that we're talking about it. That's what I'm about to do.
Real?
That was the homework I was doing.
Bro, I'm about to start getting into Actors Access. For people who are listening who don't know what Actors Access is, it's just basically like
enlighten me.
A thing to audition at. Like they send out a bunch of auditions. You put in like your reel, a headshot and everything.
Your height.
And then basically everything about you. And then they like basically
like your favorite food?
Like I don't know if you put
I like sushi.
Maybe.
Ooh, we want that guy. He likes sushi.
Maybe.
He'd be a good actor because he likes sushi. You think they ever put that? Oh, he likes potatoes? No way.
Potatoes.
No way. We're not hiring him.
Because of their food taste?
Maybe.
I
don't know if that's a category, actually.
Nah, it's not. It's definitely not. But yeah, like he just get to audition, and I'm probably gonna.
I'm sorry.
But I'm probably gonna start doing that.
That's legit. That's legit.
That's legitness.
That's legit.
But yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out and everything.
Do you have a reel?
Do
you have a reel or anything? I mean, we don't. I don't think we do.
Yeah.
You do?
I recorded. Yeah, I've recorded some like last year.
Okay.
Because of some of the classes, like audition technique and everything.
Oh, that's the class my homework is due for. My thing, audition technique, yeah.
Yeah, so I took it last year.
Interesting. We learned in that class. We learned how to film self-tapes.
I took it my first year here.
Really?
My second semester. My first year here, second semester.
Cool. You think you learned a lot from that class?
A lot, bro.
Like how to film yourself and audition for things.
And they he was teaching about like the business side of it all too.
I see. Yo veo.
So, yeah, so it was just like, it helped out a lot. And he had, like, that's when did we quarantine then? I don't know if we started quarantine.
We started quarantining in March, spring semester.
Okay, then no, we didn't. But that's like, that, after that going into, what's it called? Business of theater. Bro, it really helps because it's just like it opens up everything.
Yeah, makes it
all makes sense.
Accessible and like your game plan a little bit maybe.
Yeah, and it's right before you leave and everything.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how they hold those classes until the end, bro. Freshman year and sophomore year, you're taking some like classes that don't even make sense.
Yeah.
I swear.
Well, they get you the fundamentals, you know? I feel like, I mean, honestly, all the classes I've taken so far, I feel pretty good about them. Most of them.
I don't know, but there's some classes like, I'm not gonna lie, my voice and speech class, I don't know, bro. Like the IPA. So we're learning about IPA. So that's basically accents.
Yeah.
And we're learning how to write
Yeah.
an accent.
Yeah. No, that's good.
You know what I
I mean,
mean?
I see how that it's. We
It's
did.
just like
Yeah.
I feel like I tend to just compare it straight to the real world.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. So
So
maybe
when you
you
go
won't be
out,
doing
you're
that.
not gonna use it, bro.
Yeah. That's what
Like,
my
there's
teacher says that too, because we're like accents right now too, and he
Yeah.
was like, we're using the IPA to help us learn, but no one's gonna grade you on it when you're out. You don't have to do this, but it is really helpful because you can
No, it's helpful
write
while
in
you're
an
at
accent.
it.
Isn't that
You know
crazy?
what I mean?
You can write. It's a language
accent.
to write
It is
in an
cool.
accent. Really crazy.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Like
Kinda
it's
blows
so
my mind.
bizarre.
Yeah. Honestly, from taking that class, it helped me. I would be like reading a book after taking the first 2 semesters of that, learning
Oh,
regular IPA.
like,
And then I
yeah.
would, if I didn't know what the word meant, I would look it up on dictionary.com. But or if I didn't know how to pronounce it, before reading how to pronounce it, I would read the IPA and see if I could do it. And it really worked. I was like, ooh, I can pronounce these words.
Say these words.
Reading
yeah.
these like weird symbols. But I feel you. I'm not, who knows how much we'll be using it. But I see
Exactly.
how it could be helpful for some
It could
things.
be helpful in the matter of like you using it in that certain moment.
Yeah, if
When
you got cast
like,
in a play as for right now we're learning high British accents and stuff, if I got cast in a play as
Yeah.
that, I would go through my script maybe and write a couple symbols that I know what they mean, what they mean for an accent, for British, a high society British accent, posh.
Right.
I would write those over some words. So when I'm reading my script, I could see, on what? It's not what, it's what. And I have a symbol to tell me that, That's when that's when I would use it, I think. But most of the time, if we don't have that, we don't really need it.
Right.
But voice and
Wow.
speech has been good for breathing. That's what I learned a lot. How to breathe and how to use your breathing
For
effectively.
real, bro. That's
Crazy.
literally a big thing, bro. Like last semester, I felt like I was going to a yoga class. every
Yeah.
time I went. It was that's all you do, bro. The whole class, an hour and a half of. But I'm like, relax.
We did this But after I leave that class and I feel so good inside, I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's
You be
helpful.
breathing like.
Bro, after my acting studio and doing scenes and scenes and stuff, last semester I would leave acting studio and my throat would hurt because I would do a scene and I was like, I am not applying these things I'm learning. Like clearly I'm not because
Okay.
I'm leaving and my voice is hurting. I need to start getting on top of my breathing and supporting, which is what we're learning in voice and speech. And it just really showed me that I need to use that. Or else imagine I get put on a show or a play and we're rehearsing and I'm not supporting every day of the week and I'm like,
Bro, you'll be dead.
yeah, it's important. It's
That joint was
mad
lame.
important, bro.
Bro, on that note,
On that
you
note,
gotta give him a rap.
yeah, let's give him a wrap. Wrap the gift like Christmas Eve.
Alright, people. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, peace out.
My name is Yosef.
and
That's
I'm
Steven.
Steven.
Peace.